you you really can't make this stuff up. You just can't. You know, as a content creator, I want to apologize for the lies that I've told so many of you guys who watch this channel, who have believed in me and shared time with me and watched this content. And I've been lying to you people, man, and I think it's time for me to just come clean. And in fact, because of that, I've decided to go ahead and start an entire new segment. Because sometimes, as a content creator for the New York Jets, we get blinded by fandom. You know, we start to believe in this team more than we should. We lose our mind and optimism, and sometimes we take it a little too far. And you saw that happen this year. Um, when the reality was, when Aaron Rodgers went down, we should have accepted what was the facts, that you know what, the season may have been over. But instead, we got in front of cameras and we told you all things were going to be okay because of this defense keeping us in games, because this running game can go ahead and keep us in games, and that we had actual weapons on the offense that could limit and hide some of Zach Wilson's weaknesses. And then he had a couple of good games, and we thought, hey, you know what? He's gotten better enough to be an average NFL quarterback. Boom. It's it's going to be better. And I want to apologize. I want to apologize. But the fact of the matter is, we're right where we were last year. And as such, this is going to be the first episode of It's Time to Be Real. So let's talk about your 2023 New York Jets.
I can do it all, I will never fall. It's the Renaissance, you know that I got the mother sauce, man. You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you ever lost? I'm so versatile, yeah, I'm a Renaissance, man. I can do it all, I will never fall. It's the Renaissance, you know that I got the mother sauce, man. You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you ever lost? I'm so versatile, yeah, I'm a Renaissance, man.
Congratulations, brother. Hey.
And here we Okay, so Buffalo Bills, that was embarrassing, right? The Dolphins come into our house and embarrass us. And at this point, you got to ask yourself, man, I think it's 4-7. You know, the Jets can potentially still make the playoffs, which in itself is a travesty and tells you how bad the AFC is playing this year, that the Jets are still considered to be in the hunt. But the fact of the matter is, we got to be real. It's time for us to be real, Jets fans. New York Jets are scrubs. This is a trash team. And unfortunately for us, it's a trash team that starts from the top down. I think what we witnessed this past Friday, Black Friday, nationally, where everyone and their mom got to see it, was the epitome of what this team truly is. Embarrassing. Trash pandas. This is a trash panda organization. And I say that because you look at the issues that are causing this team to, again, revert to an embarrassing back end post buy performance. We're right now 1-5 post buy. I don't see the Jets winning another game for the remainder of the season. And I go back to who do we have to blame when it comes to this. I did a video earlier in the month that said that the blame was solely on Joe Douglas. You know what? I've since taken a step back, and I realize now that there's more to this heinous display of professionalism or ball or whatever you want to call it. It's not just that Joe Douglas has proven to be a mid or less than mid general manager. Coach Saleh is not it. He's not it. Nathaniel Hackett is definitely not it. But I think the biggest issue is Nathaniel Hackett was brought in here to potentially be the, assistant OC to Aaron Rodgers. Once Aaron Rodgers went down, unfortunately, the head coach had to step in and kind of figure out how to go ahead and get this offense to win games. And he hasn't done that. You know, I've been a big fan and supporter of Coach Salah. I've spoken glowingly about the dude. I've talked about how he's a leader of men. But these last couple of games have proven to me that he has put together a very undisciplined squad, and has accepted mediocrity on the offensive side of the ball to the point where he has to go ahead and hold some of this blame. So not only is Joe Douglas has proven to be less than mid, minus that 2022 draft where he brought us the likes of Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, JJ, and of course Brees Hall. Yes, he's had a couple of hits with Michael Carter. Um, a couple of guys right now looking good, and Carter Warren. You like Max Mitchell. I get it. I get it. But overall, with the resources at this man's disposal, he's been mid. He's been a mid general manager. And I think, we built a statue for this dude a little prematurely. And at this point, we got to look at the season and realize the reality of it is, Jets fans, we need to tank. We need to tank. We need to lose out. Lose out. But knowing this team, of course, are going to go ahead and win maybe 2 more games, meaningless games, that puts us outside of a top 10 pick situation, which is going to be even more frustrating and a slap in the face to us as the Jets fans. But right now, Aaron Rodgers talking about coming back. No, let's not do that. There's no need for you to come out here and subdue yourself to this team, potentially getting hurt and slowing the progress for next year. There's no reason for you to come out just to say that you did and you were able to define medical science and that, your greatness is unquestioned. I think it's better for you to just heal up, get your mind right, get ready for next year. The New York Jets have talent on defense. They've got talent on the offensive side. We've got some bright spots. I think our tight end room is pretty good. I like Garrett Wilson as a wide receiver. I love Brees Hall. I think Brees Hall is excellent, and I like what Ziggy can bring to the table as well. The offensive line has been decimated by injuries, and I know when you look at it, you're thinking like, hey, we need to go ahead and start from scratch, but that's just, Elijah Vera Tucker is no slouch. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty good. You've seen Laken Tomlinson do a 180. He looks like he's remembered how to play football again. Joe Tippmann has surprised us a little bit at the center position. Now, the tackles, Carter Warren had a pretty good game against freaking the Miami Dolphins, and you've seen Max Mitchell have a good game. A little inconsistent at the tackle positions, but I think when you look at what we have in a nutshell, we're about 2 pieces away on the offensive line to getting this line to potentially average, if they can stay healthy. The wide receiver room needs to be decimated. I think Allen Lazard being wide receiver 2, as I stated earlier on when we first brought him in, was just a joke. Yeah, he got big money, but that dude was no more than a wide receiver 3. And we actually kind of saw Brownlee do better than we've seen Allen Lazard do this entire season in a game. I digress. The fact of the matter is, if we're real with ourselves, season's over. The season was actually over the moment Aaron Rodgers went down. We fooled ourselves into believing there was potential and possibility that we can keep this thing going, but the fact of the matter is that was hyperbole and a lie. As a content creator, I apologize to you, the fans. We all owe you an apology. Looking at the bright side, trying to go ahead and find reasons to believe in this organization when in reality, this is the same old Jets. The front office is going to have to go. I don't even know if the Aaron Rodgers experiment is going to be a success. We don't really know if Aaron Rodgers is still capable of playing elite football. It's a devastating injury coming back with an Achilles tear, especially when you're 39 years old. I don't know if all of this hope and fire we're putting into potentially next season by banking it all on Aaron Rodgers even makes sense anymore. I've lost faith and confidence in our front office, in our head coach, and our offensive coordinator. I don't know if this is the unit or the team that's going to allow us to go ahead and see relevance or even matter in years to come. The hard truth is, Jets fans, we are no better than we were when we got rid of Adam Gase. Yeah, some better pieces on defense, a couple of better pieces on offense, and somehow, some way, we're playing worse. We're playing worse football. It's upsetting that we've arrived to this point. But at some point, we just got to be real with ourselves. The New York Jets are not a good football team. And unfortunately for us, the changes that need to be made probably won't be made this year. I think the coaching staff and the general manager believe this week that this season is a gimme. Aaron Rodgers went down. It's not our fault. We did our best. Couldn't possibly figure out a way to go ahead and make this season respectable without him. And because of that, Woody is going to allow them to still stay here. And we'll see the same group of men come out next year. And we hope that Aaron Rodgers is healthy and that he can stay healthy through an entire season because, believe it or not, the lack of competence in this front office and this coaching staff, I really have a hard time not seeing us right back here again next season. Hope I'm wrong, but I had to be real. As always, go Jets. Curse of being a fanatic to this team.
Chant, they like to say, it goes something like Jets, 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 Jets.